Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a real cute craft that you can make either for craft fairs or for gifts for people that you know for Christmas. It doesn't take very long and it's fun and they turn out so cute. So here's your supplies and then I'll show you what the result is. Tissue paper, I'll give you the measurements in just a sec. 6 pieces of the Lindor chocolates. These are almond butter, but you know, obviously you can get whatever kind you want. Scotch tape, and I'll talk about my tape too. And then some twine, or you could use yarn or ribbon, whatever. And then you'll need something for your bow, okay? And then 2 jingle bells, scissors, and ta-da! How cute is that? Oh, I just think it's so cute, and it was fun to make. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of things here, okay? I just had twine. So see on this one, I used the red. I also have green, and then I found this in my stash. Oh, you know what? I just realized I'm not using this paper for the next one. But yeah, I'll probably... I don't know, you guys. What should we use for this? The green would be cute. That would be cute. That would be Christmassy. Big decision, huh? I think we'll use this just for the heck of it. I mean, any of them would work, but okay, I'll just set that right there. You kind of can't see it all, but there. Okay. Now, tape. I recommend 1000% to use this tape from Dollar Tree. It's the Jot brand, J-O-T. You get 2 in a package for $1.25, but who knows what the price is going to be. They keep raising their prices. But this is, see, it says crystal clear transparent, and they do not lie. I've tried Scotch brand where it says transparent, and it's really not. You can see it. So I use a ton of this on all my crafts and my craft fairs, okay? So that's what I recommend. And your twine, you got your chocolates, 2 jingle bells. Red or green would be cute. I just grabbed what I could find real quick. And I couldn't find any more Christmas tissue paper because I had this in my stash. But I thought, well, this will be cute. This could be Christmassy. Okay, my paper is 6.5 inches wide and 20 inches long, okay? I just opened up the tissue paper. It was already this length, and then I just cut down one of the folds, and that's how the measurements ended up being, okay? And you need 2 pieces. 1 piece is not going to be strong enough. More than 2 pieces, trust me, I made several. More than 2 pieces, it just gets too bulky looking. So I have found that 2 pieces is what we need. Okay, so you want to turn your tissue paper over. Okay. You can hear my dog. Let me take a drink for a sec. Got my Halloween mug with my Diet Coke. Got on my Halloween sweatshirt that says, "In a world full of princesses, be a witch." Cute, huh? I'm going to wear it to work today. I work at a piano store. I sell pianos. And I retired from the government 10 years ago, which I cannot believe. Time goes by too fast. Okay, so lay these. Let's see. Do I need to... Let me pull forward a little bit so you can see. Okay, see, I'm just laying these sideways. And they like to roll around. Just scoot them up a little bit. Okay, well, yeah, I kind of just almost put them in the middle, okay? And then, and don't worry if they move, because they will move as you're rolling. I just started them out like this just to see how this would go, okay? Now, as you roll, you want to kind of hold them in place if you can, a little bit, okay? So see, I'm rolling, but I'm still, my hands are still kind of covering them, okay? And I'm rolling, trying to keep everything, keep the tissue not super tight, but, you know, keep it in place anyway. Okay, then we want to hold this, so we're just going to put a couple little pieces of tiny tape, okay? You don't want to use great big pieces because you don't really want your tape showing very much. Okay, so I put one on one end and one on the other end, and then just a little piece kind of in the middle, okay? All right. Now, what I did when I first made these, okay, now you're going to see where your seam is. You want to roll that to the bottom and then just kind of straighten out your ends, okay? Okay, so what I did was I tied at each end first so that I'm not losing candy out either end, okay? And see, on this one, I just did knots in between. So on this one, I thought, you know what, let's just try tying bows, and then we can see which one we like the best, because I have not tried bows. So let's do that. Okay, so here's my end. You can feel where the candy ends. Now, when you tie in between each piece of candy and on the end, you want to, don't tie it as tight as you can, because when you curve it to make your circle, if everything's really tight, your tissue will tear. So you don't need to go super tight, okay? The main idea is to hold the candy in place. Okay, so I tied my bow. Now I'm going to trim those tails. I'm going to leave here in a minute and run to Hobby Lobby. I saw a really cute thing on a YouTube short yesterday. No, it was on an Instagram reel that I want to go buy. It was a big wooden platter. She called it a dough bowl. I mean, it's huge. And then you put it on your table, your coffee table or your kitchen table. And then you can put little wreaths in it and Christmas trees and lights. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I want to do that. I need another Christmas decoration, like I need a hole in the head. But I'm going to go get it anyway. And I did not even decorate for Halloween, and I'm so sad because I have so many cute Halloween decorations, but I'm just so busy making my craft fair items that I just thought, you know what? What's better, to make items to make money or to decorate my house? So obviously I chose the money end. Okay, I'm going to trim this one a little bit. You want to try and get your bows kind of about the same size if you can, I think. Okay, so I got my ends. Okay, now we're going to tie in between, and you can feel where they end to know where to tie, okay? And like I said, the important thing is to not tie too tight. I did one a minute ago and tied it too tight, so I had to stop the video and start over and get new tissue paper because my paper tore. I haven't made very many of these, so I'm kind of still experimenting. But, oh, those Lindor candies, aren't they so yummy? Oh, gosh, they're so good. They're just so good. Okay, now we'll take some more here. And today's, I think I said, I don't know. Yeah, I think I said Halloween. No, I just said I got my Halloween mug and my Halloween shirt. Today is actually Halloween, so happy Halloween, everyone. I'm sure everyone has plans. I have 2 boys, and they're both grown and gone, and I really miss, you know how it is when your kids grow up. Just holidays were never the same. And I don't have any grandkids yet, so I just miss having my boys with me and making chili on Halloween. I just miss it. I've been divorced for 20 years, so I don't have a lot of memories with my kids with their dad because they were, they were pretty young. But anyway, I'm anxious to see if we're going to like these bows or if we like the knots better. The bows just might be too much. I don't know. But no big deal. You guys, when you make these, you can decide, do I want to do bows in between or do I want to do knots? Okay. And you should see my house. It's a freaking mess. when I'm crafting for a craft fair, it's a disaster. So what I decided yesterday, because my piano students have to come in and see my messy house, because my piano is right in my main entry, you know, where I'm in a one level patio home. So you walk in, there's the kitchen, there's the living room, or great room, I guess, and there's the piano. So you get to see all my crafting mess. This one I'm going to do a little tighter. So I decided yesterday, you know what? You've got this craft room with this great crafting station. Why don't you just do your crafts in your craft room, and that way, when it comes time to decorate for Christmas, your house is not a disaster. Your students don't have to see the disaster. I don't have to see the disaster. And I can keep my house clean and just craft in my craft room, because I've got a TV in here. So I've just always crafted in the kitchen, and then I do have a TV tray that I craft on when I'm watching TV. So I will keep doing that, because I get a lot done when I'm crafting at night watching TV on my TV tray. Okay, now you're going to just be careful when you start to put this together, okay? Because you don't want your tissue to tear. Okay, bring these 1, 2. Oh, you know what? Why is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 1, 2. Oh, there's another one right there. I thought, why is this looking weird? Okay. Need to tie right there. This one might end up being a little smaller. You know, the length it ends up just depends on how far apart your candies are spaced when you start tying. So you might decide to space them a little farther apart. Okay, now you're going to cut a piece off, because we're going to tie this together. And don't worry about these long ends, because we will trim those off. Okay, but just kind of work with your paper to get it to turn. Could you hear my dog out there? She was coughing. See, this one isn't going to meet very well. Yeah, this one's going to end up being smaller, and I think just because I maybe spaced these out a little farther, but it'll still be cute. People will still know it's a wreath. Okay, so bring your ends together. Okay. And then take your piece. Now we're going to tie these. We're going to tie this together to hold it. So I'll just kind of use my finger to hold it while I tie. And it doesn't have to look really great, because you're going to tie your bow there anyway to cover it up, okay? Now this one I am going to tie tight and in a knot, because I want that to stay. Okay, now I'm going to, oh, look, I untied this bow. Let me fix that. It's hard to tie your bows after you've trimmed the tails off. Come on. I might have to just cut a new piece. I don't have patience for some of this stuff. And my nails make it hard too. Okay, let's see. Well, where's the end? I can't grab the other end. It's, okay. You know what? I'm just going to do another piece so I don't have to waste your time watching me tie 2,000 bows to see if one of them's going to work. Okay. So I'll just do my bow. And see how these bows are turned sideways? That's okay, because we can move them in a minute to the front. Okay. All right. So I hope that for those of you that have been watching my craft fair series, I hope you're enjoying it. If you haven't, that's fine. I'm just glad that you're here. So please like and subscribe if you like my channel. Okay, so here's this one. You can see how much of the tails I cut off. So I'm just going to go about like that and like that. Okay. And then we can maybe try and fluff these out a little bit. Just pull on them just a tiny bit. Just be careful, because you don't want them to tear. Okay, that's probably good enough. Okay, now I'm going to take a pretty good length of my ribbon. I get most of my ribbon at Hobby Lobby, and then some at Michael's. I probably cut way too much ribbon off, but I hate it when I don't have enough ribbon. You know what? I'm going to leave this because we can put the jingle bells on there, I think, if I can get that to fit through the hole of the jingle bell. Okay, so now you're just going to take your bow. Let's see, how did I do that? Okay, you want to wrap your bow around this top part here where the ends met, okay? So let me get the ends even. I like that this is wired ribbon. I like wired ribbon because then when you're done, you can play with the tails and do them all cute, you know? Okay, so I'm just gonna tie this together here without getting that bow in there. All right. Okay, and now I'm gonna tie my bow, and make sure you keep your strings out so they don't go in your bow. And if they do, you can just pull them out. Yeah, I've got quite a bit to trim off, but that's okay. I never was good at, you know, I don't usually measure and say, okay, how much do I need for that bow? I just guess. Okay, I'm just trying to get these even. Okay, now before I worry about how my bow looks, let's see if we can get the jingle bells on here. So what I usually do is lick the end, or just put it in my mouth to get it wet, and then it kind of can flatten better. So let's see if we can get that to work. Nope. Try it again. This twine is thicker than the red on this one, so it might be too hard to get this through. I have like a needle threader somewhere that I'm sure would work on this, but I just don't have time to go find it right now. Okay, that's not going to work. So I'm just going to cut this off as close as I can. Okay. It's not going to show anyway, so it's not going to matter. And then this green is really thin, so I'm going to use that. Okay, so take my green. I'm just going to put it around the bow. Okay, like this. Okay. Now I'm going to lick the end. Not lick it, but just, you know, put it in my mouth to get it wet. See, if you do that, then it goes in. See if this will go in or if I need to get it. No, it'll go through. Okay. So see, I got those through. And then you just want to tie it so that it goes in the middle of your bow, if you can. Okay, so I went underneath, and that's not going to go on top very well. So I'm going to take this end and just bring it around so that I'm tying one on the top of the bow, one on the bottom of the bow. That way the bells are going to go where I want them. And I'm just going to tie in a knot and cut it, so it's not going to show. Just get it in the middle as best you can. Okay, get it tight. All right, now I'm going to cut that off. And I'm going to move. Let's see, I think I can get my bow to cover it, yeah. Okay, so now, and I might have left that a little bit longer. I don't know. You'll have to decide how much you want to cut off. But, okay, so now we're just going to play with our bow. Well, before we do that, let's make sure our other bows are all lined up here on the front so that they show. You just have to pull on them to get them where you want. That's another reason why you don't want them to be super tight. That way you can move them. Okay, and then here's my tails. So I like to just, since it's wire, I just like to play with them and shape them up and then cut them. I love wired ribbon. It's so fun to shape everything. Okay, just kind of, I like to go up and then back down. And then I cut my ends at an angle. That one's a little bit too long still. Okay, so let me put this in the garbage, and then we're gonna compare these. Okay. Okay, so I'll let you guys decide if you like the knots or the bows better. My personal opinion is I like the knots better. I think this is too much. But that's easy to fix. So we're going to go like this. Knot. We're just going to put all these in a knot and cut those off because I just think the bows are just too much. What that word is gaudy. It's too gaudy. What's that saying? Less is more, and what is it, you guys? Less is more, and I don't know, something. I've heard it before. I just don't remember how you say it. I remember the less is more part. I think it is. I think it goes like that. Oh, heck, I don't know for sure. Okay, tie in my knots. Got one more to go here. Thank you for your patience. I'm kind of learning along the way on these because I haven't made a ton. Okay, now I'm just going to cut my knots. Leave just a tiny little bit. And another thing too, this twine is thicker than this red was, so it's going to show more. But I don't see a problem with that. Okay, and then cut this one. Don't want to get that other one in there yet. Okay. And this one. All right, let me throw these away. We'll do a little bit of reshaping here, and then you can see the finished product. Just like to bring these down a little bit. Yeah, that's cute. What do you guys think? I think I should have left these tails a little bit longer, because see, those are a little bit shorter than that one. So I would, maybe what you'll want to do is get it all put together, tie your bow, put your bells on, and then decide where you want to cut that off. That might be the best thing to do. But anyway, so I hope I've inspired you, and I hope that you want to make some of these. They are so fun. And like I said, if it's not for a craft fair, make them for family, teachers, friends, neighbors. Anybody would love getting one of these. And you could even put a cute little tag on it or something if you wanted. So, okay, that's it for today. Happy Halloween, everyone. Sure love you guys. Thanks for coming to my channel, and I appreciate your support so much. And I hope you have a great, happy, safe Halloween. Bye for now.